Hi everyone, this video is mostly for English speakers, can be anywhere in the world, doesn't really matter, but I think it's important to talk about what's going on in France. I don't believe in the mainstream medias, I don't believe in the fake conspiracy news out there because there are so many, I don't know, weirdos with a lot of bored windows, the bored weirdos. They don't really know what to do. They like to mess things around. They like to manipulate the people. And anyway, so it's really hard to get the news to understand what's going on. And lately in France, I'm in France right now. I'm in Toulouse, not really far from Nice. And I don't know, this is a weird situation because we witnessed something really strange. Of course, nothing could have happened during the Euro Cup. This is like a huge religion in Europe. Soccer is a huge religion, even though it's not a real religion, because some people will be like, you don't understand, you're talking about stuff you don't understand. Whatever, it's a fucking religion in France, and I hate it. So people will not touch that. No terrorist attacks during the Euro Cup. It's right after, during a very big celebration. The Bastille Day. Well, now it's a different topic. Revolution, the French Revolution, has so much. We can say so much about it, but it's not the topic of a conversation today. And there are so many weird stuff. There is also this guy called Alain Soral. He's an essayist, a journalist. He wrote different books, and I don't know if they are translated in English. I have no idea. I read them in French. And a few months ago, he said, hey, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if in France we have another attack right after the Euro Cup, and in southern France, on the beach, somewhere on the beach. That's funny. This is what happened. So I'm not saying the guy knew it, but he was just like, look, I wouldn't be surprised if our government is creating something like that, because I don't buy the theory of, we're under attack by the terrorists, Daesh, ISIS. Give me a fucking break. Really. Do you think French government, I don't know if you're watching me, do you think we buy that? And right after the attack in Nice, we have Manuel Valls. Really, everyone hates this guy. I don't know why he's still in the French government. And he came to Nice with his minions, his bodyguards, and everyone was just pleased to see him. And he said, just expect new attacks. Wow. You know how to cheer up people, the French citizens. You can just be like, it's okay. We can, we'll protect you, we'll reinforce the security, even though it's a joke, I went to Toulouse the other day. I see a bunch of soldiers before Nice, the Nice attack, and you see soldiers with AK-47 and looking really mean, like, I'm under control, I know what I'm doing. Well, yeah, sure, right? So we don't feel safe. We're gonna have more soldiers for who? For the French people or for the pseudo-terrorists? Okay, who's gonna be feeling like their freedom, their liberties are, are limited? I don't feel guilty. I'm not a terrorist. I'm not here to kill anybody. So I don't mind. But I just feel like it's weird to transform slowly a country, especially France, into a police state. Okay? And so we are changing the labor laws, we are changing different things about the education, because I'm doing homeschooling. Now they want to stop this. They want to add, the language Arab in elementary school. I'm not against it if it's not mandatory. If the kids, they want to study this language, well, I don't care. But I don't want this stuff to be mandatory. So out there, many people, they were like, oh, it's going to be mandatory, etc. Sorry. And it's not. So let's not overreact, okay, also. And so there are many changes right now in France to take advantage of the climate of fear. to force their way in to change not the constitution, but to change different things. We had um, we had normally the state of emergency ending by the end of July. I think it was on 23rd or something. Not to I mean, in a few days normally it was supposed to stop, and now they are just gonna prolong this by 6 months. So it's quite convenient right now. And we have, I don't know, I think the French government is implicated in this story. And I don't buy this theory of terrorism. I mean, yes, I do, but I think the French government is a terrorist here. And I don't feel safe. I don't feel like I would like a future for my country, but not necessarily a future they are trying to create with less freedom, less freedom of expression, okay, freedom of speech, because that's changing as well. If you want to talk against the Jewish lobby, you're gonna be treated as an anti-Semite. It's like, well, you can criticize Arabs, Italians, Polish, anyone, because everyone has a fucking sense of humor, but we cannot touch the Jewish lobby in America or in France. I call it lobby, okay, because I want to say whatever I want. I'm not anti-Semite. I don't vote extreme right. I don't vote even right, okay. I'm more of a liberal. Oh my God, I use the word like a taboo word in America. Again, if I cannot express myself, so may as well just have a cop next to me, or I don't know. I mean, what's the point of having a constitution or different rules in order for me to be free? I need rules in order to force my way in and protect my freedom. This is unbelievable. It should be like a natural thing. We don't need rules or an article or a code to tell people they are free. But anyway, that's our society, and it's so funny to see all these different changes. And also, I lived in America from 2003 to 2010, and I saw the changes with Bush, his government, all the different changes, the limiting, the TSA, traveling with the TSA, it's a pain, it's a nightmare. I hate traveling when I have to deal with the TSA. I have nothing to worry about. I have nothing to hide, but I'm just bothered. I don't like these people. That's it. And I feel they scare people. They are behaving like a bunch of Nazi. There are some good people and bad people, but so far I just don't like them. And they're just spoiling my vacation, my trip. Okay. When I go to Europe, and I'm French, so I don't have to deal with immigration. I just show my passport. End of the story. But it's funny to see all the different liberties being limited now anywhere. And living in America, I see all the different changes, less freedom, less ability to really speak your mind. And I mean, you can still do that if you have connections, if you are important, and if you have money as well. So, but if you're nobody and no one, well, you can be in trouble in America and in France or anywhere in the world now. So in France, it's just like mimicking a bit what happened after 9/11 in America. And it's just like, okay, we don't necessarily have a big 9/11, so we're going to have a series of 9/11s, and the French will slowly build up their level of fear. And so that way we can just control their ability to, we can just predict their behavior with the presidential elections for next year in 2017. And, if they feel scared, for their lives, we can predict more or less how they're going to be, how they're going to behave, And I'm sorry, I'm not going to vote for Front National. If you think like people will vote for that, and I'm not going to vote for Sarkozy. If you feel like, everything is like orienting, manipulating people towards the right, I think you guys are completely stupid. You kill people innocently just for that. I wouldn't be surprised. And, I'm not gonna talk about it right now because this is a very, very important thing. I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to be in trouble. But I think there is some kind of a shadow government behind France. You know, it can be America. We know America is some kind of the prostitute of Israel. We are as well. Who's not nowadays? So I wouldn't be surprised if something about Israel as well. Okay? So if I have bad comments here on this level, I will just completely forbid any kind of comments. It's not like to stop you from your freedom of speech, but I think some people, they cannot debate, they cannot accept criticisms easily, and all they do is to spread violence, threats, and I'm not gonna spend my day worrying about that, thinking about that, because I have productive things to do in my life. And I know how it is, because you guys are predictable. So I'm not anti-Semite. I have Jewish blood as well. I'm just anti-Zionist, anti-Zionism. And I think this is involved in different terrorist attacks. So that is said. I don't care what you think. That's my personal opinion. I'm not imposing my opinion, I'm sharing my opinion, which is different. And if France will become a state of emergency, we have to deal with terrorist attacks. Well, you know, we have two options. Either we face the music and we are just like, you know, enough is enough, and now we need us, French people, Arabs, Italians, Polish, French with French ancestors or Italian blood, whatever. French people living in France, we need to do something. Because the representants of the French citizens are not representing our rights. They steal the money from the taxpayers. I mean, look at the French president with the hairdresser. You know, his salary is 10,000 euros a month. Really? Jesus Christ. So anyway, I'm not trying to make like a video full of effects, adding things, hiding stuff. No, this is really me. I want to show that people that, you know, I'm French, I'm in France, I see what's going on, I feel what's going on. I'm working in France. I'm facing different things. You know, I have to do different papers. I have to deal with different things. But it's so, I want to make sure, you know, people living outside France can also understand what's going on, and not like believing blindly and stupidly that we have Daesh, ISIS. It's a cover-up. Okay, and it's so easy to buy a private army. You just give money to a bunch of stupid shit, and you give them weapons, and and you don't forget to say Allah Akbar. Sorry, my Arabic is pretty questionable. It's so easy to manipulate people. You know, give money, and you can do whatever you want with some people. You know, it's just so easy. Nowadays, we can manipulate the videos, the pictures, anything we want. So. And we are just behind the screen, and we just like swallowing the information without even. We are just a bunch of emotional machines. Oh my God! Oh my God! Well, there's a time when you have to stop saying "Oh my God" and be like, you know what? We need to change something, okay? And I'm asking the French people to be like, look, either you stay a sheep, or you do something, or you leave. Let's say 3 options. You stay a sheep, you are a collabo, as we say in French, or you start rebelling. And I know it's not the easy path, because this is the beginning of a lot of problems, okay? But you know, yesterday I went to the post office in France. I hate the fonctionnaires. I really do hate them. I'm sorry, there are some good ones and bad ones. So far, I haven't seen any really productive fonctionnaires. And there were two women. One was working. She was really slow. So they open the post office at 2 p.m. They close at like 4:35. Oh my God, they just barely work. And they have a full-time salary, you know, just so you know. Oh, because it's summertime, so we have to work less, but for the same salary. And so one woman was working, the other one was hiding on the phone, and everyone was like, what the hell, we need to ship this stuff, you know, they're gonna pick up the mail in like 5 minutes, and we're still waiting, been waiting here forever. The other guy who was picking up the mail was like, oh, this is not my fault, like reacting aggressively. The other woman on the phone, she was like, oh, I'm trying to figure out what's going on, like on the phone. Why don't you just sit your butt, okay, and start, you know, giving stamps to these people, you know, and shipping, you know, just help this huge line of people waiting here, instead of trying to think, to be under the impression you are trying to figure out a solution. Solution is right there. Move your ass. Okay, and this is what's going on. It's just they hide. Most of the public worker, not public workers, the worker working for the government, they tend to be like, oh, I'm so important, I'm not gonna be fired because I'm protected here. Well, yeah, okay, that's why I'm pissed about that, because I can get fired anytime. If I do a bad job, yeah, I get fired. If these people are not productive, no big deal. Oh, you are just like touching their human rights, the rights of having a job. Yeah, if they're bad, out of the picture, end of the story. Okay. So we deal with this kind of technocrat on a regular basis, and meanwhile you have people like nurses or, you know, different people, they work their ass off, and for like 1,000 euros a month, 1,500, let's say, let's be generous, that's a reality. They barely survive. They have kids, they get some money from the government, but it's not enough. The society is expensive, food is expensive. If you want, most of the people, they go to Lidl, Aldi, it's crap. They buy crap to survive. Okay, so seeing Paris, the Eiffel Tower, fancy restaurant is fine, but it's just one tiny home. The reality is completely different in France, and there are many people that cannot even survive. There are many students. I was talking to a guy in a restaurant. He owned his restaurant, and he said, you know, most of the people cannot even afford a meal. You know, they share the meals and everything. And he said, you know, I have to go back to school. I'm in law school. And he said, I know a lot of kids, a lot of students, they don't survive. They don't even eat normally. So I was like, oh, that's why French are so skinny. And that's the opposite. I came back to France, I gained lots of weight, but it's fine. It's just a detail. But the thing is, the reality is different from what you think you see on the magazines. Oh, French, the fashion week. This is not us. Fancy food. Do you think we eat fancy food? We eat normal food. The French people eat normal food. You know, all the French, fancy French restaurants, it's not normal French cuisine. It's not normal. It's too expensive. You have barely anything on your plate, and oh, it's français. Come on. The wine is French, okay? Yeah, let's mix up different things. But anyway, what's going on right now is making me sad about my country. I'm not a nationalist. I'm not patriotic. I just want to feel like it's a safe country. We can enjoy, we can go there, we can travel, we can have fun, we can drink some pastis, we can drink some wine, we can make friends, we can share ideas, we can stay arrogant, we can share our political opinions. And I feel it's not gonna happen. I think people will fight on different levels, at the post office, at different locations, but we are on the threshold of a new revolution. Either we wait for somebody to step up. Oh, he's doing it, maybe I can do it as well. But I've seen also some French like ignoring the situation, be like, no, 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 it's everything is under control, and no, 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 I have to keep working because I have a mortgage, I have bills to pay, and yeah, it's fine, it's legitimate. But you have to understand as well that I'm having a problem with my computer. Hold on. There we go. So you have to understand when there is a time when you have to step up for the sake of your children, for your own sake. And I'm not afraid of, well, sacrificing my life for my daughter and be like, you know what, I'm gonna try to fight and try to give you a society where you can live normally without having to fear about your opinions and everything. I want her to understand what is freedom, damn it. I don't want her to slowly, you know, this story about the frog being bored slowly, you know, this is what's going on in France, you know. You don't need a big 9/11, just like small 9/11, you know, for the French. And slowly, you know, you just raise the temperature and suddenly, oh my God, I'm being killed and I cannot move. And ready? Do we have to wait for that? Okay, so I think we're on the threshold of a revolution, and we just have to realize the terrorist here is not a bunch of stupid retards, you know, they're on drugs, taking a truck or weapons or knives or whatever. That's government, and government is a fucking bitch of somebody else. And we are governed by a bunch of prostitutes. Okay, so they wear like fancy suits and everything. They tell you what to do, and they don't want to shake your hands because you are dirty poor. We are human beings. Okay, even these assholes. Yeah, I think we need to do something. I don't know what exactly. I've been in France for a few months. I'm wondering if I want to stay. It's not like escaping. If I were alone, I'll be like, fuck it, I'm staying. But I'm not alone. I have my family, so my mom is here as well. So I have to see what will be the future of this country, because we have to think also clever and to think smart. And so I want to feel like, you know, I'm not afraid of being part of the revolution, but I don't want to be alone. Like, yay, I want the change. I want Manuel Valls out of the government. I want Holland to be, you know, if we do a bad job, we are fired. Why don't we fire these assholes? But, you know, that's not politically correct. We don't talk like that. Plus, a woman should stay home and shut up and just breathe and cook and everything. Well, you know, I'm not like that. I'll never be, and I'll never work for anybody, just for myself. So, and if it doesn't please anybody, it's just the way it is, and that's it, you know. So, I'm not gonna wear a veil anytime soon. I love black. I love wearing pants, not dresses. That's my choice. And I'm not imposing a religion anywhere, okay? And I'm not imposing anything to anybody, so I'm just living my life the way I would like to, and I'm creating my own world. And I would like my daughter to be the same, you know, not like the same as me, but be like, look, I'm choosing my life. I'm choosing the place I would like to live in. I would like, those are my choices or my mistakes, okay? That's just life. And I would like the French to, you know, to start something. I would like to. And not complaining, and complaining. You know, there is a time when you have to stop doing that and really do something. So, concerning the cops out there, you know, my uncle used to be a cop in Paris. Never had the greatest relationship with him, but we are the anti-pole together. We just are the opposites. But you know, there are some good cops, bad cops, and I think they have to realize that they are like us. You get a salary, you need to pay your bills, you have a family, and you have to realize who you want to protect. People like you, the people, or these things, they are supposed a pseudo representative of the citizen. And because they're filthy rich, you're not. They don't care about you. They're gonna manipulate you. You belong to the great France. You're the police of France. Well, it doesn't mean anything. Okay. So either you get paid, you keep being paid with the taxpayers' money, and you should secure, and protect the people, or it's gonna be nasty. I'm not saying like I'm gonna start a revolution. I'm just me, myself, and I. I don't like violence. I hate that, but I think the cops should understand that it's not, the little people against them. It's the little people, normal people, the disappearing middle class against the technocrats. And of course, the policemen are part of the technocracy as well, because they have a secure job and they are protected and everything. So, but we're all human beings, okay? And I hate the division, the divide and conquer kind of idea, and I wish we could all understand that. And there is indeed a very small group of people manipulating so many people, and we feed that, we reinforce this illusion because we want to belong to that, and we are protected. And as long as we feel protected, we're going to fight to the death to protect this idea, this illusion. And I think it's just a fucking illusion, and if I don't want to be part of the illusion, what's going on for me, so. But anyway, philosophical ideas. And I want the French to stay strong. I would like the French to start rebelling more. We have this nature, this tendency of rebelling, but not for the right stuff. I think we rebel because the food is not good enough, or you're not parking well. It's like, forget this stupid stuff. Just focus on the real issues here. And that's it. I don't know what else to say. I wish, I hope I'm gonna leave France with a good idea, a better idea of the French mentality. And I hope this country will stay strong. I don't know what to think about the next elections, actually. I think they're trying to bring Sarkozy again. Front National is not going to pass. I don't think so. It's going to be like the same scenario as Chirac and Jean-Marie Le Pen in 2003, where you have everyone is like, well, I'm going to fight. I'm going to vote for Jean-Marie Le Pen, Front National. Hey, allez, come on, let's go. Well, all vote for him because we don't feel safe. We didn't have any terrorist attacks. Imagine now. But the French, they're a bunch of sissies, because they talk a lot, but they don't do shit. And so they all voted for Jean-Marie Le Pen. And suddenly he's like, oh, what did we do? We have two we call that a tour. We have 2 steps, 2 parts for the presidential election. So the first part, you have a lot of candidates. And candidates with, if you don't reach like more than 50%, you're not directly elected, but you can, I forgot, but more or less you, we have a second part of this presidential elections. And so for the second part, we had Jacques Chirac and Jean-Marie Le Pen. And so everyone was just like, I remember the strikes on the streets anywhere in France. They were like, we don't want to vote for Jean-Marie Le Pen. It's like, okay, well, we get the message. And I think Jacques Chirac had like 83% of the vote, so everyone was happy. It's like, we voted for the right party. I feel better. It's gonna be the same kind of scenario. So everyone wants to vote for the Front National, but they're gonna realize like, oh my God, it's too extreme. Oh, let's back up a bit. Let's try to slow down here. Let's vote for the other one, the less extreme guy. Who's gonna be? Sarkozy again? Oh my God, that's the same family. Sarkozy and the bling bling president. Yeah, I don't know what to think. So future is compromised in France because we all deal with the same family, political families, and yep, just keep that in mind, French. Keep that in mind. So either we need to a revolution, or we just keep dealing with the same crap, and you can just, complain about it. It's not going to change anything. You're going to just get sicker and sicker and deal with more stress etc. So, but it's okay because the healthcare is free in France. Probably that's why. Anyway, it's for a good reason. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. It's just my personal views. Um, I'm not here to create problems or anything. I just want people to think differently, to have different perspectives, because I know the mainstream media is all filthy. Anyway, you take care. Bye bye.